are back in my cousin's house, and I gotta fix some rust on the 240. It's happening right underneath the door, and I'm not happy about that. I tried to do it a little bit last night, but I didn't have everything I needed. So we're gonna go ahead and take off this car cover and get to it. It is hot out, so it's unfortunate. I'm gonna be sweating badly. That's a pre-warning. That is a warning to anybody who's watching. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Today is the only nice day, otherwise it's gonna rain, so I gotta make sure I get that cleaned up, put the primer on at least, and let that dry so we can just try to save this car. All right, let's get to it. So I picked these up from O'Reilly's paint and rust remover. Although I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't working great last night, at least not on this rust. So we'll give it another shot. Camera's definitely not in my face, but we'll give it another shot, see what happens. Maybe it'll work better today. I underestimated how much there is. Every time I move the paint, there's like a little bit more and more. But yeah, just gotta keep doing. This is kind of how bad it was on this side. So we're gonna work on that. I have some primer, so we're gonna just keep doing this and see what happens. All right, well, that's the problem. So right there, as you can see, it's going in and making a hole. That's how bad the rust, a little bit of rust was there. I have no idea if we're gonna be able to save this now that I saw that. And I'll show you on the other side, because the reason I say that is the other side is really bad. And I think the material on that side is basically done. So we'll see. I'll clean up the rest here and get this cleaned up and primered, and then kind of go from there. But as you can see, it's bubbling here too a little bit. So I'm assuming the bubbles are gonna happen and same thing as there. That's how this one was. But let's continue on here. Well, that one actually came out pretty good. Let's see this one. Not bad there either. All right, so right now it's not horrible. This is the worst one. If anything, if I can at least prevent it for now, and then at some point later on I'll go to a body shop and we'll cut some of this out. This is just to hopefully not lose the car. All right, so before we can, or before I want to actually start cleaning the car and painting that, I'm gonna do this side too. Now let me show you how bad this side is. There's a bunch of shit on you guys. That should be better. So this is how bad it is here. How bad is that coming out on camera? It's bad. I don't know how this happened. This was full paint was on there. There was no like scratches or anything. There was no rust. So I have no idea how that happened. It just got bad all of a sudden out of nowhere. So I'm gonna try to clean it up. It's very possible we're gonna have a lot of holes. But yeah, let's see what happens. That's not looking good at all, but I'm sweating. I had to take a little break. Whew. It's hot. It's 80 plus out. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm drenched already. I'm doing this for 15 minutes. Whew. All right, let's give it a little break. The drill also needs a little bit of break. It's getting hot. Now I know some of you might say safety, right? I do have the glasses, but I don't have a breather mask. I didn't get one, so I'm hoping, I don't know, you know, it's a bad idea to do it without it, especially working on this stuff. But so you do it better than me. Wear all your safety gear. But I got to get back into it. A few minutes of rest. Let's yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I can safely say that is basically done. And when I mean done, I don't mean done sanding it down, but done as in like that whole panel would have to get replaced. We'd have to cut probably from the pinch weld. I just don't know. I think this car is officially probably a loss. That sucks, man. I really want to know how this happened, because there was no holes, there was nothing, there was no scratches. Like, what caused that? Car, from what I know, this car wasn't in a flood. So what the hell caused it? I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save it. I got at least, this is gonna cost a lot of money. I'm not a body guy. I don't know how to properly cut and weld everything together. So this is gonna cost a lot of money, and I don't have that money right now. Well, we'll kind of go with that for now. I'm gonna clean up a little bit more, and then I'll put that primer on. The primer is supposed to, I guess, go over rust, and it's supposed to help it, from what I understand. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Rusty metal primer. What does it say here? Rusty metal auto primer provides a base service on heavily rusted metal for most brands of automotive lacquers and enamels. For maximum protection, top coat with Rust-Oleum rust preventive auto paint. If using an auto lacquer, test application for compatibility is recommended. Sucks. I love this car. I don't know. No, it's one of those downer points. But if it is a loss, it is what it is. I didn't, I've had it for quite some time. The SR20 can be ripped out and sold separately. Granted, it is a DENA motor that I turbocharged, but it is still an SR20, and it is the rear-wheel drive model. It's not like I converted a front-wheel drive. It's the rear-wheel drive that came in Japan in the NA cars over there. So if for some reason it is a complete loss and I can't get it to, I don't know, somebody that might be able to like cut that panel out and try to just save this rust from happening further. It is what it is. I'm just gonna have to keep doing what I'm doing, kind of go from there. And just to, ooh, that sweat. And just to be 100% certain this panel is, there it is. That hole just came through and I just went over it. It's not like I was sitting there with the grinder and making it hot and causing this hole. That's just what happened. Yeah, so there's no way. That's a hole in the panel. I don't know if there's any way of saving this. I think this is officially done. Yeah, I don't think I can save this car. I don't have the money to fix this right now. I can't do it myself. I don't know anybody that can. That sucks. Guess I'll have to put it on Craigslist. Hurts my feelings. I got a bunch of things in it though. I'm gonna still clean it up, throw some paint under there. I'm gonna try to clean up whatever I can without causing more holes, because obviously that's just gonna be one giant hole. Yeah, we'll just go from there. All right, so I'm drenched in sweat. This side's decent. Luckily, there's just that tiny spot with the hole. This side, not so good. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's do this. So right here, that's a hole. Yeah, that's a big hole. It goes all the way up to here. That's about all I can do. As you can see, it definitely started at the fender here. But oh yeah, and that's the other hole. That's the one we first started. Regardless, we got that done. If I keep grinding it down, it will just create more holes. So I'm just gonna put this primer on. Obviously I'm gonna clean the area real quick and then put this primer on. And all right, we're gonna have to let that dry. Then I'm gonna use I'm gonna mispronounce this, isopropyl 90+% alcohol, just to wipe it down once more, and then I'm gonna spray that on, and we'll have to deal with that for now. Hopefully not go crazy bad until I'm able to actually fix it. We'll see. Obviously we have another thing we got to work on ASAP, because this is the roof, but right here, as you can see, there's rust, so we got to remove the seal here. Gotta remove the seal. Gotta clean that all up. Oh, thankfully, since it's hot out, that dried pretty quickly. So, isopropyl alcohol. Right? Am I saying it right? Make a video response on how to say it. Those used to be a thing. Get some new spark plugs for the Honda, not the 240, the Honda, mainly because I noticed some, I don't want to say misfire, but it almost feels like something's not right. And so I want to just do the spark plugs. I have almost 60,000 miles on this car, and I know if they're iridium, right? That's the word. Iridium. I know if they're iridium already in the car from the factory, they can last like 100 or 120k apparently. But you know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to swap them out anyway. So we will be doing that today in a little bit. Hashtag no thing squad. I parked all the way in the back of the parking lot for this. Now watch somebody actually park next to me. Sorry about the wind noise. I interrupt this montage for a quick announcement. I'm replacing the crusher washer. However, when you go to O'Reilly's, they don't sell just the washer, which is weird. So they sell the whole thing. And the washer from O'Reilly's or Dorman or Il-Tight sells a plastic one with their screw. Interesting, but that's what it is. Back to the montage. Alright, now that we're done with the oil change, let's see if we can do the spark plugs on this car and see how bad they are. Of course, we're going to take the cover off here quick. We got a few, what are they, bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. They're bolts, they're not screws. We'll take those off and then go from there. So here's the thing, the tip actually doesn't look, from what I can tell, doesn't look horrible. However, there is that burnt marks right there, all the way around that, and I don't know. That's interesting. I don't see any cracks. Yeah, besides those, like I can't even explain what that what is that? That's like, I would say burnt marks, yeah. So we're gonna swap them out, and yeah, can't go wrong with swapping them out. Now, I'm not sure what these call on packs, if you're supposed to put dielectric grease that much in there. I'm gonna put just a bit. Now, the reason I didn't put it on the spark plug instead was because this has a rubber boot on it to hold the spark plug in, and it would have literally just gotten it all on there, and there was no point of that. So,
what are you working on your car?
I broke it. Rusty looking burnt marks, or whatever you want to call them. The plug didn't look horrible. Let's see if any of them other ones look. The reason I'm doing this is when you guys watched the exhaust video, there was a little bit of like a stutter. It took it a second to turn on, and there was a stutter before I changed the exhaust. Don't know why I did that. So I thought maybe something was going on with the spark plugs, and that's what I'm doing now. It's very possible that the battery's bad or going bad, and I got to swap it out. It is 4 years old now, so it's very possible that that's the case, but they weren't crazy expensive. I think I paid like 30 bucks for the iridium ones, which are the ones that are recommended for this car. Plus, I am doing the track day for the Grid Life event at Blackout Farms, and because of that, I just want to make sure it's in top notch. We still got to do an oil change. I'm going to do another. I did a transmission flush maybe 30,000 miles ago. Maybe almost 30,000. I think I did it at 30,000 the first time around. So I might do another one before we go. And yeah, should be ready. According to what I can find online, torque spec for these is 16 foot-pounds or 192 inch-pounds. Moment of truth. If it idles horribly, we know we messed up. If it works fine, we did everything right. Guess we did everything right. Car's idling great. We'll go with it now. Obviously, I'll go for a drive in a little bit just to make sure everything's driving fine, and we'll be good. And that's it for this one. What do you guys think? I don't think it's. Let me dial it back a little bit. I don't think it's too far gone, the 240. It can be saved, I'm sure. I'm just worried that if I can't get to it fast enough, it'll be too far gone. Let me rephrase that. What do you guys think? We'll see. Maybe we can find somebody that can cut that out nicely, weld the new one in, and for now, you know, just primer it. I don't want it to. It doesn't need to look great with new paint or anything like that. Just to save it from that rust. We'll see. We'll go from there. Thanks again for watching all the videos, if you have been watching all the videos, and see you guys in the next one.